Hey there, and welcome back to another episode of Off the Dome, where I just kind of ramble on a bit. It's more of a series for that, more of just a chilled, laid back kind of series. And today I got a couple of games I want to talk about. But as you can see, I have a brand new layout behind me. I have completely rearranged my room. I have completely rearranged the set, and that is primarily what took so long to get one of these videos out. So I have my games over here. These are some of my favorite games. Coincidentally, we're actually going to be talking about a couple of these, but yeah, I just put some games here that pretty much laid out, what I felt were my favorite games, kind of give me a structure of that. And I have my monitor here, and this is pretty much just going to be a set. But also I kind of wanted to distinguish Off the Dome with my regular videos, and I'm trying to find a way to do that, and I have one. Now my good old beanie can't do much justice for me when it comes to thinking, so I'm going to put on my good old thinking cap right here. This right here is Gary the head crab, and Gary is going to be placed on my head and sucking the thoughts forward to my brain so I can, give off clear thought. To get to the main point of the video, I'm sure a lot of you guys have known that the Fallout show has came out, and I've seen the first 2 episodes and I'm loving it so far. But after watching the first 2 episodes, I've really gotten the spark to play the game. I've had a little bit of experience with Fallout. I remember one of my first experiences being Fallout New Vegas on Xbox 360. This was the first Fallout game I ever played, I ever enjoyed, but as a kid I didn't really get far in it. I got stuck quite a few times, and it was a little bit more complex to me, and I just didn't understand what was going on, so I would eventually just let this game collect dust on my shelf. And it literally wasn't up until the Fallout show came out on Amazon Prime that I started to get into the franchise. After watching the first couple of episodes of the show, I was hooked. I started downloading a bunch of Fallout lore videos on YouTube because I have the YouTube Premium. Not to brag or anything. And I really have just been getting invested in it all. I find it really funny that the same reason why I like FNAF is why I like Fallout. The lore is insane. So I had to play a Fallout game. I had to quench that thirst. I had to just play a fucking Fallout game. And that's when Fallout 76 came in, because I wanted to play one with my girlfriend, and this is the only online game. And when I first played this game, I actually bought it at launch. I was one of the first buyers. I bought the Tricentennial Edition, actually. And the game was a complete buggy mess. I literally could not complete the first mission I got in the game. Leaving that bad first impression on me, I just kind of gave up on it. But years later, playing Fallout 76 again, the game is just incredible. They literally fixed almost all the problems that Fallout 76 had. Now don't get me wrong, it's a Bethesda game still, so there's still going to be, glitches and bugs because, trademark, it's Bethesda game. But I have to say, going through the wasteland with my girlfriend has been incredibly fun. Even though halfway through we kind of split off and now we're kind of doing our own missions, I am having a great time playing Fallout 76. It's actually been taking up a lot of my time recently. So, something I don't really hide the fact, and if you watch my videos a lot, you can see it in my eyes, but I smoke weed. And playing Fallout 76 just completely blitzed is some of the most fun I have ever had. It is doing nothing but enhancing my experience with the game, and the game is actually awesome. I made it all the way up to level 15. I bought Fallout first. Yeah, I guess you can call me a sucker. There's really not a whole lot of things going on with Fallout first, but I decided to go into it. It's kind of like Fallout's Battle Pass, but it's been pretty cool. I mean, there's some decent things on there, some card packs, some atoms that you can get when you unlock it. There's just some cool things on there, but not as cool as it could have been. Pretty much what Fallout First is, it's the battle pass of this game and the live service thing of it, and it's okay, nothing too crazy. There's not really a whole lot going on here. Honestly, I expected more. Since the game came out in 2017, I expected a lot more to be here since we're, years later, but honestly, I was just kind of bummed out. Although it was cool that when you do get Fallout First, you do get some free stuff. And one of the free things you get is the Raider skin, the guy on the main cover of New Vegas. You get that skin in 76. And that's pretty much what I've been rocking the rest of the time I was playing 76. Because New Vegas is still, while I did get lost in it, I did complete all the beginning missions. I just didn't know what to do after that. So it's still kind of a little bit nostalgic for me because it was a birthday present. I remember asking for it and my parents were like, okay, well, since since it's a new game, you know, it's gonna be the majority of what we get you, and I was okay with that. So being the majority of like all I got that year for my birthday, you know, New Vegas really holds a special place in my heart, and a lot of other people's hearts too, because I know it's a popular game. But yeah, Fallout 76 has just been taking up all my time. It's funny, you know, I wasn't even planning to talk about Fallout in this video. It literally wasn't until I watched that show where I was like, oh my god, I need to get into this, and I feel like such an idiot, such a fool, because I'm like, oh my god, the Fallout universe is so cool. Like, I want to get so invested into it, and when I play Fallout 4, I want to get like the Pip-Boy so I can get even more immersed into it. Just the entire lore around the universe is crazy. Like, the fact that the government gave billions to Vault-Tec to open up 122 vaults around America for people to take shelter from the nukes, when in actuality most of the vaults were just experiments. That lore right there, that story is just so intriguing, and it just drew me in. Even the Fallout games with the top-down views, I just really think it's all interesting, and I'd love to give all the other games a shot. I'd like to go back to Fallout 3 first and beat that one, then do New Vegas, do 4, and all while I'm doing all that, still play 76 in the midst, because that's an online game, so it doesn't really end, you know? I mean, I've seen some high-level players on there, like in the hundreds, so I think I got a good while before it does end, if it does. But originally I was going to talk about Saints Row 4, and I was playing that a little bit, but as soon, like I said, as soon as the Fallout show came into my radar, Saints Row was out the door. But I did play that a little bit, and maybe I'll talk about Saints Row 4 a little bit later. But man, Fallout, you know, what's cool about it is that I'm just getting into the franchise, you know, so it was kind of overwhelming because I have all this stuff that I could possibly pick at and get into and dive into. And if I talked to someone, they probably would have told me, oh, start with this one, start with this one. And most likely they would have told me start with 3 or New Vegas, because those are some of the most popular in the franchise. But I'm just glad I was able to start this at my own pace, you know. Like I said, I did dabble in New Vegas, so the franchise wasn't completely foreign to me, but man, yeah, holy shit, I cannot wait. As a growing Fallout fan, I am so excited to see what the future lies ahead, what Todd Howard has planned. I really hope Fallout 5 happens. Fallout 4 just got a brand new next-gen update, which is insane because that game came out in 2015. So the fact that it got a next-gen update this year, probably thanks to the show's popularity, is pretty cool. However, Fallout wasn't all that I've been playing. PlayStation Premium has a lot of games that you could download, and some of the classics from the PS2, PS1, PSP, all that era. And they have a lot of interesting choices on there. Not a whole lot of that I would just drop money to go play, but one of the games Premium does have is Darkcloud. You know, I saw this on the PlayStation page a lot. I've seen Premium have it a lot, and Darkcloud is actually a childhood game of mine. It's a fucking cult classic. I love Darkcloud. I don't know anybody in real life that knows Darkcloud. I only know fucking enough people on the internet that know of Darkcloud. It's a really hidden gem. So I saw it was on there, and it was just free to download because, you know, they have some, you know, free with PlayStation Plus games. So I downloaded it, and man, it has just been a trip down memory lane. Growing up and playing Darkcloud, I never was able to make it past the first village. That feels shameful for me to say out loud, but it's true. And even my family, like, I showed them that I made it further in this game, and they were just like, wow, the next village. Like, we could have looked it up a bit further down the game, you know, see how it ends and shit. But having not do that allowed me to enjoy this game even more. And since I'm an adult, I can understand the game a bit better. And there is a learning curve to this game for sure. Still, at first, when I booted it up, I still didn't quite understand the mechanics until I learned that your weapons, even though it is pretty much one of the main mechanics of the game, they break on you. And that was really frustrating to deal with because you only start with a dagger and 1 repair powder. You don't really get any more until you open up the shop, which is a bit later into the first village. So in the beginning of Darkcloud, it is a bit repetitive, and I understand why as a kid I couldn't pass it. Talk to the mayor and he'll give you escape powder and repair powder, and you'll need these because when you go into the dungeon, your dagger is really weak and you'll have to spend the time grinding to kill these enemies. But you have to be careful not to let your dagger break because you'll lose all the progress you made on it. So So this just consisted of me running into the dungeon, getting to the point to where my dagger was almost breaking, then leaving the dungeon, talking to the mayor again, then getting the repair powder, then going to fix my dagger, then talking to him again, getting more repair powder, running back to the dungeon, fighting the skeletons and the enemies until my dagger was about to break, use the repair powder, repeat the process, leave the dungeon, go talk to the mayor, and it went like this for a while until I could get my dagger up to a upgradable level, because I didn't even know you could upgrade the weapons in the game either. That's how unknown I was with all this. But man, when you figure it out, the charm of this game just bleeds through, it shines, and man, seeing further than the game is just so amazing, and I'm having a blast replaying it and reliving this game. And something I didn't really appreciate growing up either is the Darkcloud soundtrack. The soundtrack is filled with some of the most wonderful pieces I have ever heard in a video game. They're so calm, they're so lulling, and they're so like iconic in a sense, you know? I'm still on the second village. I actually just completed the second village. I'm going to talk to the one dude's son. I haven't done that yet. I saved right at that point. But playing Darkcloud again has been one of the coolest things ever. My original Darkcloud was in like the scuffed up case, so I had to kind of get like a better case for it, you know, to show some respect on Darkcloud's name. Now I know there is a sequel to Darkcloud, Darkcloud 2. I have never played Darkcloud 2. I don't know what it's about. I've only seen a little bit of it in screenshots, and it looks like they went for a more cel-shaded look in it, but I don't know, and I probably won't touch Darkcloud 2. Not that I have anything against it, just I want to beat the first one, and I really cherish the first one more. I do own it, like I said, so I might dip my toes into that. It's also free on the PlayStation Premium thing too, so maybe after I beat Darkcloud 1, I'll jump into that. But if you have not played Darkcloud, definitely do yourself the service and the pleasure of playing it, because it is one of the PS2 hidden gems, one of the games that I don't feel got enough love as it came out. And a really, really wild thing here is that Level 5 Games made it. The creators of Yokai Watch made Darkcloud. And another crazy thing, this was their first game that they made, which, holy shit, no wonder I like it so much. I love Level 5. I've been wanting to do a Yokai Watch video for a while now, but just because the games are on 3DS and Citra shut down and all these other Nintendo emulators shut down, I'm having a hard time emulating, 3DS games. So I'm most likely just going to have to settle with the Nintendo Switch port, but that's all in Japanese, and shocker shocker, I don't really speak or read Japanese. So maybe I'll figure something out about Yokai Watch, but I would love to talk about it. I just watched the first season again. It's a great show, and I would love to play the games again when I can find a way, when I can record it. Well, guys, we got another Off the Dome down. We're going to have probably a lot more of these. The last one did actually a little bit well, more than I thought it was going to do. So, maybe these are here to stay. We'll just see. Like I said, I was going to do 2 or 3 of these. Sorry this took so long to get out. It shouldn't take this long, but like I said, I'm one man. I work a 40-hour job. I was moving the room around, so that also took a little bit of time, and motivation just also wasn't there a little bit. But there's no excuse. I've got this one out now, so we got that. With all that said, guys, why don't you go down there, give this video a like, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, go follow the socials, donate to the Patreon if you want. All of those things support the channel, and let me know. Also, what did you think of today's Off the Dome? Let me know. Are you guys watching the Fallout show? What's your favorite Fallout game? Are you playing any Fallout games right now? Have you guys ever heard of Darkcloud? Do you like Darkcloud? Have you ever played Darkcloud? All in the comments, let me know. Let's have a conversation. Let's get one going, yeah? All right, Danksters. I'll see you in the next one.